Hello everyone, and welcome to an unboxing video. Today we're at my desk instead of the set table because I have a very big setup right now, and I'm filming for about 6 different episodes. It's taking a little longer than I thought, can't imagine why. And I don't feel like taking it down, and I want to get this out as soon as I can. So without further ado, let's start opening things. So for Black Friday weekend, I went on to Mercari, which is kind of like eBay. Shout out to my good friend Zero Rail Studios are pointing me in the direction of Mercari. Now I'm a Mercari aficionado. I buy and sell now, so that's cool. And I bought a bunch of rare TWR items, stuff I've wanted since childhood that I never got. And yeah, I bought one, then I bought two, then I bought 6. So, Black Friday weekend, why not? That, and I have very little self-control when it comes to money sometimes. So, we're going to go from smallest to largest. I have to say one thing, though. Some of these are partially opened already, because customer policy, you have to open the box, verify that stuff's in there before you can get your money or, finish the transaction. So, some of these are partially opened, but you can still look at the boxes. Well, here's a box, unboxing. Open it and take the stuff out, and it's still an unboxing video. There we go. So, the first item is a piece of rolling stock, the only one for this video. It is... Oh, I put a thank you sticker on there. That's... Good focus. That's very kind of them. Open it. Tissue paper. And it is the ice delivery cars. This is a really cool item. Oh, yep. Puns. This is a really cool item. Not because it's ice, but because it's new in the box. It's kind of like taking a trip back in time, really. Back to when, you could still buy wooden railway items. You can still go to the store and just browse and look at things. This was on the market in 2004, I believe. So we have the crane, and we have the ice delivery car. In the back there's a character card. Remember when they did those? Those were cool. Pamphlet as well behind it. The ice delivery cars keep the island of Sodor cool and refreshed. First, the ice cargo car helps the trains move frozen cargo around the island. Then, the ice crane unloads the icy freight at its final destination. That's cool. I think I'm actually going to keep this in the box for the time being. I've always wanted these. They look awesome. They're blue and white, and it just looks really cool to me. But for the sake of this being mint in the box, and it being so old, I think I'm just going to keep it that way for now. I see these pop up from time to time, so I can always just buy more if I want. But for now, I'm going to keep this in the packaging. So, going to put that over to the side, get rid of the box and the tissue paper and stuff. This is probably going to be a long video, if you haven't been able to tell already. So next, we have a destination. Well, technically a bridge, hill, tunnel thing, but everything from this point on will be a destination. So, this one's not a box, it's a bag. So, just get in there and... There we are. Another item, actually no. This item was only on the market for about a year, but I don't know if the ice delivery cars were. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much for purchasing. Hope you enjoy. And it's a sticker with Murdoch and then duck and a truck on there. That's really cool. So, what is this exactly? This is part of an expansion pack. I'm just going to adjust the camera, actually. I'm kind of sitting next to it. So, this is part of an expansion pack that was only on the market for 1 year. I don't know why, because it's a really cool concept. This is the Hillen Mountain expansion pack. Again, an item I've wanted for a very long time. I don't know why I waited this long, but, I've been looking for years, and I can never find one of these for a good price, and I got one, finally. This is an expansion pack piece, like I said, so this would come in the box with track and switches and, all the good stuff. But this is only one part. This is the mountain. It's the Hillen Mountain. The hill piece was not available, so... It's basically just 2 pieces of ascending track. If you have Muffle Mountain or the Mountain Tunnel, it's kind of like that. They're just 2 wood hill pieces and they connect, and there you go. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this thing. I always saw in the pamphlets Thought it looked really cool. It looked a little different in the pamphlets. That was the prototype image. But I've never seen anybody talk about this thing. I only know like 1 or 2 people that own one of these, and I've never seen a video on it before, or seen it, you know, up close in video. So, I think these are just identical. On the other side, it's the same graphic, just flip. Yeah. So on this one we have, if we could focus, this is a terrible setup. We have Caldy Fell and Lower Sudbury. That's really cool, actually, because Caldy Fell Mountain, and this is a mountain. And then the other one says Watch for Fog, Callan Station. That's cool. I like how Caldy Fell is mentioned, because, you know, it's a mountain. Obviously this isn't the Caldy Fell Mountain, because this is a little small for that. But, you know, you get the idea. It's a mountain piece. I cannot wait to put this in every set that I create now in the background, just like I do for Muffle Mountain. So, yeah, that's the mountain. Might talk about it in another video or something. Who knows? I really want to get the hill piece so I can talk about the expansion pack properly, but oh well, you know, maybe some other time. Next, we're going to take a look at another item that I've wanted for a very long time. Coincidentally, another item that was only on the market for 1 year. The thing is, I already opened this one. I thought, you know, I'd take a peek at one of them and look at it for a bit, and I did, but the magic is kind of lost now. Not like the magic of the unboxing video, of, you know, taking it out, because I'm still going to do that, but the magic in general for this item. So this is the Waterfall Tunnel. Another item that was in the pamphlets, another one I looked at for years and thought, wow, that's so cool, I want one right now. And it's kind of a letdown, to be honest. Not what I expected at all. First of all, I thought it was going to be a lot longer, like a 5-inch piece of track, but it's actually really short. It's a little longer than the 3-inch, just a tad, I believe, but not by much. For some reason, I always thought this was like a lights and sounds item, so you twist the dial and it lights up. But the function is the water pattern back there moves to give the illusion that the waterfall is going down. And that's kind of cool, but I'm let down because of my expectations, and I thought it was going to be bigger. It's pretty small, to be honest. It does look nice, though. Aesthetically, it's really nice. And then on this side, there's just a little spot with water and a hole in the wall, so you can just, you know, like a little cave that you can see the engines going through. It's nice, but again, it's something that I would talk about more at a later date. I'm glad I finally have it. I just was expecting a little bit more. Speaking of more, the next item is more because it is bigger. There are 2 big items, actually. I'm gonna go with this one because it is pretty big. If I can just move the camera back a bit. Wow. Again, sorry for the terrible setup. Let's get this one open. Might have to stand up for some of these, but... So, another item. Again, another item that I've wanted and I don't have. Blah, blah, blah. Paper. Take that out. We got some these. I don't know if the items are in here or not, or if this is just track or something. Is this? Yep, no, that's the item. Okay, so we've got another little sandwich bag looking thing. So, there's the big item. Anything else in the box that I need to worry about? No. Okay. So, this next item is, I was going to say pretty cool, but it doesn't work anymore because it's not an ice pun. It's pretty cementy. Because this is the Sodor Cement Works. A roadway destination. Again, something I've, like, never seen anybody talk about. I guess just because it's kind of and obscure, but, you know, I think it's kind of neat how they gave a destination for the Cement Works when I don't think it's been represented in any other range. But the Cement Works is not alone. It comes with 3 accessory pieces. we have in here, yep. Wait, what's the second one then? Because that's the cement mixer and the 2 barrels. What's in this one? Okay. I did not order these, but I appreciate it. What was it count as? I appreciate that, seller. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but we'll figure out something. So this item, I think, was only on the market for a few years, more than one, but it didn't do very well. It comes with this cement truck, and it doesn't have a face, which might have been why it sold poorly, because, you know, Thomas, everything has a face. But I think it's a nice piece. It's got a lot of detail on it. It just looks kind of weird, though. What they should have done, in my opinion, is have this come with Patrick, the cement mixer, and then have his mixer kind of be like this, so you can put the cement barrels in them. And that's how this works. You put the cement barrel in the cement mixer. Eventually, though. First, you take the mixer, you put it right under the cement works, I guess. That's what we're calling this. I don't know if that's like a cement loader, I guess. You put the barrels in. Can you do 1 or 2? Okay. You put the barrels on the top, and then you just press down. Loads in. You take the gate up and drive off to deliver your cylinder of cement. I think it's pretty cool. Then again, you know, it's old, so of course it's cool. Anything that's not modern merchandise is cool. But it's got some decent detail. You have some like metal beams here. Sodor Cement Works, this wood pattern, name again, this big barrel at the top, and road. And then we have this toll gate at the front, which I think is the same piece from the toll booth bridge, but just recolored. I'm not sure, though, because I don't own that. Not yet, at least. So, I think it's nice. Not my favorite destination out of this whole lot. We'll get to that soon, though. So, what's next? We have 2 more. I'm going to go with this one, because it's been sitting on the desk the whole time off camera. The name of the item is written on the box, so the post office could know what was in the box. But, again, another item that I've wanted for a long time since I was a kid. This was on a train table at a store when I was a kid. Let me just put that up. This was on a train table at a store when I was a kid. And I played with it when I went to the store. And my parents would buy me stuff, and I'd pick stuff off the shelves, and none of the stuff I picked was this item, though. And this item is the Sodor Dairy Barn, or farm. I actually don't know what it's called. So everything's wrapped up here in bubble wrap, and oh, we got some track with it too. That's nice. So let's get down to taking everything out. So this is the main building, the dairy barn. We just moved down a bit. Ugh, very unprofessional, but it's an unboxing, so. This is the barn itself. Again, a really nice piece. We never got stuff like this during the Mattel era. There were farm items in like 2016 and 17, but they pale in comparison to this. This is just really nice. I'm making a mess. Why don't I just use scissors? There we are. So there is the barn. It's really detailed. You can even see inside the barn. There's still the wood planks and some chickens and hay in there. And then in the front, we have this gate that opens up so you can put your animals inside. And then we have a fence over here so they don't wander onto the tracks and get hit by a train. It's just a traditional like red barn, but it looks so nice. I just love the aesthetic of a lot of these older items. Windows, barn doors, trees, and then this side's mostly bare, but that's for a good reason, because there's another piece that connects. There's this thing. there's this thing. It's just a wall. Again, nice detail. Wood planks, grass, cobblestone, and just a bird flying. It has these two connectors on it. The male connector end pieces, whatever. So you take the barn, you just clip it in like that, and now you have a bigger barn. But we're not done. We have even more to unbag, I guess. There is a piece of track with no road on the back. This is a roadway destination, apparently. When it was originally released, it was for engines, but now it's for roadway, when the road was introduced. There are two magnets right here, so I think there was magnetic track, but this is just a generic piece of track. That's fine, though. It'll work. We get a barrel car, 2 barrels of milk. Wow, I need to clean those. And a cow. This actually comes with 2 cows. I asked the seller if they had the other one. They didn't, so... You know, I don't care. It's just a cow. I mean, it's a cow. So, cow goes in the barn or outside, whatever you feel like doing. And the main function of this toy is you take the milk barrels and you put them up here in that little slot there. And I have not done this since I was a kid. This is going to be cool. So you put the milk barrel up there, right above the ramp. And the barrel car is down here. And you push down on the chimney. And it works. The barrel goes down and rolls right into the... Let's do this one. That's so cool. That one went over the wall. Let's put another one in. Oh, okay. Someone's not getting their milk. Let's try another one. Okay, too hard. Over the edge again. Let's serve up some cement today. Actually, I want to try and see if that works. I know it's not, but let's pretend the cow's like. All right. So I think you have to just push lightly, like that. I was kind of slamming it. That's a fun way you can play with this. You can fling milk everywhere. Perfect. Perfect. It writes itself, everybody. You can make an episode about the milk getting chucked at passerbys. I love this toy. I actually not only bought this out of nostalgia, but I do need a barn, like a farm area, for an upcoming episode. And so I thought, you know, why not go with the dairy barn? Which reminds me of another item that I got. Not for this unboxing, but I completely forgot about it until now. Let me just go grab it real quick. I meant to show this off at the beginning. I bought it about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks before this unboxing stuff I bought. But I meant to show this off with the barn and stuff. So, it's a windmill. This is an Ertl windmill. It's not Thomas, but it's Ertl. So, a brand that made Thomas. I didn't even realize it was Ertl. I just typed in HO scale windmill, and that's what I got. I didn't notice the Ertl Co. sticker on the side. But it's a plastic windmill. Looks alright, you know. It's just a farm windmill. This turns and the windmill turns. So, couple that with the farm, the dairy barn, and we have a pretty cool looking farm. I cannot wait to use both of these in the video that I'm not going to tell you what it is. But, again, you know, you just put the barrel up there and it goes into the... I'm gonna... Okay, it doesn't always work, but you get the idea. Maybe it does, it's just so old, or I'm not loading them in properly. Let's try it again. Okay, that one's half in. Okay, that one's going back in the barn. You get cement. You will drink the cement. Okay, I guess not. That's that. Put you up there. And now for the final item. So, again, a nostalgic item. One that I've played with in stores and that I've wanted for so long. Blah, blah, blah. This one's huge. Like, the box doesn't even fit on camera. So I'm probably going to have to unbox it off camera. However, this isn't just a destination. I got it in a lot. So it comes with a lot of track and 2 engines and a truck, I believe. It's not complete. It is missing the 2 trucks that it came with. But, you know what? I don't mind, because I got this at an incredible price. I see these go for $80, $90, but this was less than 40. So, I think that's pretty cool. And there are bags of stuff. Okay, that's empty. That's your packaging. So, let's take a look. Before we get into the destination, let's take a look at what items it came with. I'm not going to show off all the track, but we'll get some of it. We have an old-style diesel, a really old one, the Widow's Peaks on the back. Let's see what the wheel date is. 2001. So that predates my original diesel that I have. So, that's nice. Next we have an old-style Scruffy. I don't know if the date's going to be accurate or not. 2002. So now I have 2 Scruffies. And lastly, we have, if I can get them out. Okay, lastly we have a Victor. Just the original one from 2009. So, that's nice. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, but... Now, on to bigger and better things. Is there something in this bag? Okay, it looks like the track pieces and part of the destination are going to be in that other bag. So, if I can just get that out. Alright, so we have track here. And then we have this bag right here. So let's open that up. I'm not going to show it off. It's just a bunch of straight and curved track. The only thing I will show off is this. The bottom of a crane. If we take this over here in the bag, the top part of the crane, just stick that on there. We have a full crane. A Mining Co. crane. Because this is for the coal station. This was not a store, it was some random place my mom had to go to, and they had just a train table out there, and I played with this for like an hour or so, and then I never got it. And I've seen this in so many videos, so many people have the coal station. I've always wanted it, it's huge, it's really cool, it's epic. Yeah, this is just part of it though, the crane. It's very simple, but again, you know, we never got stuff like this in the Mattel era. There were like little cranes in some sets, but I mean, come on, this is just classic. The only thing I don't like about this item is this crane, actually. You crank this knob, okay, and the string and the magnet, you know, you get the deal. Oh, that's a tiny magnet. Is that even gonna pick stuff up? Victor, can you? There we go. So we have the magnet and the string, and we turn the crank and it goes up into the spot where it's got to stay. Okay? Okay. Why does it look like this? Why do you have the magnet on the string, but then you have the design of the crane, the plastic molding, to look like a magnet and a string? It looks so stupid, I hate it. But that's the way it works. Why does this turn, too? Can I remove this? I really don't like that. Because, you know, like you look at this, and then, you know, that's the beam, and that's the hook and stuff, and then the hook comes out of the hook. I don't get it. It looks awful. But that's not the main component of the destination. The main part is the coal station itself, which is so big I'm just going to pan over. The coal station itself. Look at this thing. It is huge. This is only a tiny piece of track right here, but the building itself is massive. Like, it's incredible. I had a take-along coal station. It was kind of similar to this, but nowhere near as cool. Again, very simple with the details. It's just, you know, doors, windows, wood planks, some shrubbery. Window here, and just the same on the other side. But it gets the job done. It just looks really classic, and, you know, again, well, we didn't see this in the Mattel era. So, the main function of this, you take a coal piece, a triangular piece of coal. You crank the knob on the conveyor belt, and it pops out right there. The problem is, it did not come with the coal or the 2 coal trucks that also came with it. I do have a coal piece, but I don't feel like getting it right now. And I do have trucks that will work with it. However, when I use this, I'm probably just going to use like aquarium rocks. Like that's what I use for coal for this. I might get stuck, but I can always just take this apart if need be to get them out. But that's the coal station. You take the crane, and it's got pegs on this side, and you just slide it up, and then press these 2 together, and there you go. You can take the coal, and it goes in the conveyor belt, but to get it up there, instead of using your hands, you can just use the crane and load it from trucks down here up into the thing. We don't have any, so we're going to pretend that we're going to load milk into it, because... Wait, are there magnets on these? There are no magnets. And there's none on the cement either. There is fish in the ice delivery cars, but I don't feel like opening those. We're going to load Scruffy. So, you take the magnet, crank it all the way down, grab your prey, and just pull it up. It works better with a coal piece, but Scruffy's too big. So we just chuck them in there, and then crank it up. It doesn't want to go. You get the idea, though. Cranks up, goes in here, down there, to a truck, and you pull away, and that's that. So here is everything together, including the track that came with the coal station. So, to recap, we have the ice delivery cars, new in the box, or mint in box, they just kind of banged up a bit. The mini mountain from the Mountain and Hill expansion pack. The Waterfall Tunnel. The Sodor Cement Works, complete with the cement truck and the 2 barrels of cement. The Sodor Dairy Barn with the barrel car, 2 milk barrels, and 1 cow. An Erdl Windmill, which I technically bought before all this stuff. And then the coal station. Minus 2 coal trucks and coal pieces, but plus Diesel, Victor, Scruffy, and like 12 pieces of track. So, you know, not a bad trade-off. And not a bad deal either. I got all of these for some really good prices, especially the coal station. So, you know, not bad at all. Definitely go to Mercari next time. eBay and Amazon are good, but, you know, Mercari sometimes, you know, has some pretty good stuff. At least in my experience. It might be terrible for you, but I don't know. So, thank you for watching this very long unboxing video, and I will hopefully see you soon.